What's going on, everybody? We're back again with another video. Hopefully you guys are having a great week, great weekend. I'm posting this out on schedules. I'm just trying to shoot as much as I can. I also like recording just for my own personal growth. I could definitely see big differences from when I started from where I'm at now. Again, we're going in with the same steps. I like to punch in with the JRL. It's not a sharp clipper. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just pretty dull. I know I could have got that upgraded one, but I use it for punching in and I use it for kid trimmers as well. So that's how I kind of do my ball fades, my tapers, anything. I usually punch in with the JRL, use and abuse those ones just because they're dull, like I'm saying. So it makes that ball line just easier. And then usually I'll make my guidelines with the JRLs, and then I'll come and I'll do finishing touches with the instincts just because they get a little closer to scalp than the JRLs. But I think this haircut, I went fully with the instincts. I was just trying out different techniques. This is just so you don't get bored in a day. I think at this point it was like closer towards the end of the day. But it's going to be the same steps. It's going to be punching in with the trimmer, going lever open with clipper lever open. Then we go one guard lever open. I usually go with the grain or against the grain, depending on how the person wants their hair styled. I try to use it on all textures. You can go against the grain or with the grain with all textures, honestly. Mainly with the grain, you can go with all textures. People say not to, but it kind of just depends, you know? You got to do what works for you, and you got to move efficiently. You don't want to waste any time. You want to move with intention when you're cutting hair. So I do that. Right now, we're getting right back into the step of that one lever open. You see me flicking out a little bit. Right there, you'll see me just going with the grain as well. I'm just moving. I'm moving. He said he wanted a high fade, so I knew this was going to happen. Definitely debulking as much as we can. Getting lighter as we're going up, making a nice transition base. For the first layers of the haircut, I don't like to make polished steps. I like to just make my guidelines as fast as possible. And it took me a while to get to this stage. When I started cutting hair, I would just try to polish everything as I'm moving up. It doesn't make sense that way. For me personally, this is like building blocks, you know? So you put that first level, second level, third level, and then those in-between levels, that's when you do the polish work. But you got to get your guidelines out as fast as possible, just because that gives you a foundation for your haircut. And the foundation is just going to make sure everything is in place the way it needs to be. Then obviously from there, you're doing finishing touches and you're polishing the work, you know, however long that takes. But typically, like at this point, I'm 6 months in. My haircuts usually run like 45 minutes. But since the last 2 months, my haircuts have been running 40 minutes. If a guy tells me he's on a time crunch when he comes in, I can knock it out in 15 minutes, depending on what he's asking for. You know, we try to adjust based on the customer and based on how busy the shop is, because you want to get as many walk-ins as possible, but you want to make sure your work is top tier as well. So that's what I learned. Definitely, I have a bunch of guys in my shop that cut fast. Like 3 or 4 of them really cut fast. So just learning from that and adjusting. I think that definitely helped me definitely get faster and be able to create polished work and just have a keen eye for detail, because I'm able to see what sometimes I wasn't paying attention to by just looking in the mirror. And yeah. That's it. Getting that barber trained eye. That's what I like to call it. So right here, you can see I'm going with the grain. I don't really feel the need to explain these steps to you guys. Like if you need them, absolutely ask me and I'll give you my system. Pretty much everyone uses the same system on YouTube from what I've seen. It's that, you know, punch in, lever open, and then a 1.5 or a 2, and then flick out from there, blah, 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 blah. You guys know the steps, right? This is me recording just for my own personal use. I like to see my progress from when I started to where I'm at now, like I said in the beginning of my videos. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to give everyone the cleanest cut possible, keeping it natural. My shop doesn't really use enhancements. There's a couple people that ask for enhancements, but I already know who they are. They don't even need it. They just like to use it. And honestly, it is what it is. I don't care. It's more practice for me. But yeah, we use the Temptation, or I have the Tomb 45. It just depends on what the client asks for. Most of them don't ask because in the summertime, it's 120, 130 degrees out here. So it gets hot, man. That stuff will come right off, especially in the summertime. This young man, I believe he works at the car wash next to my barbershop. So he just came in for a cleanup. It's been a minute. So I don't remember the last time he had a haircut from us. This might have been one of the first times, actually. He usually probably went somewhere else. And then right here, I kind of pick which trimmer I want to use. Sometimes I'll go with the FX3. Sometimes I'll go with the Babeless. But I have the Cocoa Blade on the Babeless one. It just depends on the texture, man. I also have the Andis Skeletons, the GTXs. They seem to work best on coarse hair. FX3 can cut through basically anything. So if I really need a sharp line, I'll go for my FX3s. And then the cocoa trimmers, they work as well. Sometimes they're a little too sharp. So their zero gap perfectly. I don't really need to adjust it. It's just for sensitive skin, sometimes it just doesn't work. And then right here, with every cut, I try to do the razor unless the client doesn't want it. They'll usually say yes or no. Also, for curly hair, I try not to use the foil shaver because people break out a lot. But look how clean that fade looks without the foil shaver, just getting it close to bald as possible. I talk to my clients about this beforehand, letting them know that the foil shaver might let them break out. So from there, we just discuss if we want to use it or not. Again, this was one of those haircuts that took me about 20 minutes. Even with the recline and hitting it with the razor, it doesn't take that long if you set your foundation. If you set your foundation and you just work on your steps. And yeah, we're gonna keep these videos pumping out. Hopefully, I'll be able to post the Las Vegas Barber Expo if it doesn't get in the way of my posting schedule. But look at this, clean haircut, clean overall fade, nice high fade. Didn't go too low on the sides. I think that's a nice smooth transition all throughout the head. You let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna catch you on the next one.